Excuse my nails. I've been cleaning the weed pipe. I hurt very much. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Grace Walking Undefined. I am Oracle God of Aha. Station. How can I put this? Station in Antifa, Bakersfield, California. Um, again, um, I'm Oracle God of Aha. Excuse me, I'm not well. Um, hold on a minute. Hold on. All right. I wish to speak. Uh, Vice President Pence, you're a very intelligent man. You're the Vice President. Name the sanctuary states that are treasonous, not only to our core values, but our Constitution and USA rule of law. Name them, Vice President Pence. 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Your drug czar, your drug czar, murders American children. I shouldn't really be out here. I was told to shut up. Ay, Dios mío. Chinga. We paid $700. Notice it's locked. Notice that is not ours. That is not ours. Notice that is not ours. That is not ours. That is not ours. Now, President Trump, we left Hood, Los Angeles because Eric Garcetti's law enforcement of 11th and Eldon told me at 900 Westmoreland that I was to get off the streets. Do you understand, President Trump? Do you understand? It's awfully warm. Page 42, Tao Te Chang. Tao is the way, la manera. Te is virtue, lacking not only in the current administration, but administrations all the way back to Monica Lewinsky's lover, William Jefferson Clinton. Hold yourself back from filling yourself up, or you tip off your stand. Excuse me, I have the beginnings of Parkinson's. Um, the current administration made many promises, many promises. 60 Minutes finally, Chinga, 60 Minutes finally cared about America. President Trump, tell me about your drug czar. Tell me about your drug czar. Explain to me your DEA corruption. Our children are dying throughout the United States, throughout the United States. Yet American mothers don't care. Excuse me, I'm not well. Um, they don't care. It's like the fans of the NFL and the NBA. You know what is being done is treason to our country. You know that. But yet you gotta have your football. Yesterday, wonderful. We were watching Bakersfield News. I must be kept informed to confirm my visions. 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Children are dying by the hundreds of thousands. As others begin. But the mother doesn't care. They're like the NFL, and they're like you, President Trump. Because President Trump, did you sell the flag of the United States to the NFL and the NBA? You love this. Oh, don't tell me you don't like this. And I want to tell El Negro that was on Fox News this afternoon. Negro, let me tell you something. The wide road, you populate and those like you. White, black, green, yellow, orange. You will have your money. But there are those like ourselves that love our country more than we like the treason displayed to American warrior women and men who sacrifice either so many lives. And you know me, I feel like I'm in hell. Anyway, no, Negro. We, the old, the disabled, the seniors, know what it is to love our country. We didn't cross the border just to make a change. We were born here. Born here. Say it, Mr. Trump. We were born here. You can hammer a blade until it is razor sharp, and in seconds it will be blunt. You can cross our borders, destroy our schools with the help of Governor Jay Inslee of KKK, neo-Nazi, Washington, to Oregon, to Antifa, California. But you and your DACA and your immigrants are stupid, are stupid. Who, California, will pay your welfare? Who, California, will pay to educate your ignorant children? And don't worry, they're ignorant all the way up and down the coast. All of them. Hostile, malignant, from the branch to the root. Suffice. Who will pay for your law enforcement? Who will pay for your WIC? Who will pay for your need to harm? 50 billion? Excuse me, President Trump. 50 billion for a people that can't even smell the smoke? I survived the Sonora fires because that's where I lived, in Sonora. What is wrong with Napa? You can't smell the smoke. And most of those people are insured. Do you understand, President Trump? Excuse me, that's my landlord. Anyway, no, I no longer support you, President Trump. Do you understand? We can't even get housing. I got to make sure Gracia is not here. I don't want them to say my baby girl steals their food. We can't even get housing. Do you understand, President Trump? Everything from your Treasury Department. Miss Suzanne Rutledge Rees of the U.S. Direct Express, a vein of horror, for I have read on the internet old people fighting for their money. I gotta pay my bills, they say to the president, Susan Smith. Yet you, President Trump, can't even handle your agencies. From KKK, excuse the noise, we don't have walls. No, President Trump. From KKK, neo-Nazi Westport, Washington, to KKK, neo-Nazi, Aberdeen, Washington, Centralia, Washington. Do you understand? Do I speak easy to the President of the United States of America? This video will go on your Twitter. On your Twitter. Let's see what you do. For we know you are a billionaire. The art of the deal, and you can't even put a cabinet together that loves America. And then I see what they're doing. Excuse the noise. There is no walls. It's a Leticia Perez and a mayor. Oh, she's a Christian. ¿Cómo se llama? Nancy, G-O-H. Suffice. President Trump, what agency are you able to bring in line for you showing the heck? Cannot bring in the GOP or Democracy and Democrat. Your own vice president doesn't even understand the definition of sanctuary. We heard gunshots, the same gun. You know they're cowards. Anyway, the gun was shot over there, and not even 30 minutes later, the gun was shot in the back. What do you have to say, Christian Mayor Nancy GOA? There's lo que tengas que say. What do you say, woman? No, President Trump. You lack clarity. Of leadership. President Trump, you may amass gold and jade in plenty as DACA, as immigrants who are nothing but a burden on our tax system. I want to know. But then the more you have, the less safety. Do you understand what I mean? Will the orchards is a, excuse the noise, will the orchards under Leticia Perez is an abomination to humanity, criminal in what they call marriage. No, DACA, you may amass gold, jade, and plenty, but the more you have, the less safety. Audacity, $50 billion to people who have insurance. No, 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 no. I must join those who wish to impeach you. Do you understand? ¿Entiendes, presidente de los Estados Unidos? Do you comprehend? Because Governor Pidilla, Jerry Brown does not. That old crow Diane Feinstein, I remember when she was for the people. No, this is what you give us. Are you strutting your wealth like a peacock? Ay, Dios mío, peacock. That is so, so prophetic. Like a peacock. You can't work with us because we're Mexicans and we refuse to work with white people. That, Mr. President, is Republic Services on 67th and Paramount. They tried to kill us not once, but many times. Los Mexicanos did not like working with a gringo. A most violent people. Mr. President, I invite you to Eldon Avenue, Koreatown, pedophilia, the whole block. I mean from Olympic to Pico, from Hoover to Vermont, and the pigs are there on 11th and Vermont. Pedophilia. Little girls I saw grow up. And when I tried to intercede, you could ask wonderful pedophilia. Mexicanos threaten my life. Do you understand, President Trump? You are strutting your wealth like a peacock. Then you'll set yourself up to be shot. Ay, Dios mío. Governor Brown is letting out the criminals who like guns. It is nothing unusual to hear the corruption of the law enforcement of Antifa bakers. You bring about your own disaster, President Trump, as do those that you call friends. Just think, in 2016, Congress, the Senate, both Republican and Democratic and Democracy, pass laws that will continue the epidemic of opiates. Do you hear me? Opiates, crystal meth, heroin, crack. He is clean since 2004, Mr. Trump, because God and I interceded. Do you understand? He is crazy because Mexicans and the KKK, neo-Nazi. Hello, Deluge. ¿Cómo estás, papi? Of Deluge Incorporated, Pacific Seafood Group, Washington Crab Producers, you hang tight. We're waiting for Antifa. Ay, Dios mío. I'm going to go to Social Security. I'm tired of this shit. I got his power of attorney. President Trump, excuse the flies. You know what it's like where evil walks. President Trump, I must go back to the Antifa, Social Security Administration of Bakersfield, California. Hay un little chaporro, a little Mexican about this tall, who forced me to go to another exit where his buddy, a Negro, waited. The Negro, I had to force my way out. Now, Mr. Trump, you bring about your own disaster because you've got too much. Let go when your work is done. That is the towel of heaven. Suffice. I'm most disappointed. Most disappointed. No, Mr. Trump. We left Los Angeles because your DACA were determined to murder us. Ay, Dios mío. And we heard gunshots all around us. Suffice, you are the president for now. The reason why man was created, the principal end of man's creation, to which Scripture points, is that man is the likeness of God. He was to live with God forever. And here on earth, he should praise God, thank him, obey his word in patience. This end we do obtain to some extent in this life, although in weakness, but in future life we shall achieve it to perfection. President Trump, you will be a one-term president. I'm done. You stand with our enemy, the Senate, Mitch McConnell, who pushed the law to kill our children in opiates like that. But in 8 years, they couldn't replace and repeal Obamacare. This taxes you're saying is bullshit. Small business requires a 15% cut. Do you understand? Is it not enough that the original state of man, which was created for a different sort of living, has become the wild road? Right now we're moving the we're getting TV channels. No. Anti Latino direct TV is the worst you can have other than Comcast. I'm serious. In KKK neo-Nazi Westport, Washington, Comcast employees, white men, and I got pictures, would follow us. Their purpose and intent is your malice to interpret. Now, President Trump, you have proven, I can hardly wait till the checks come in. We're getting a money post office. Okay. I'm looking for something, and I will get ice cream every day. And this is not forever. This is but a microgram in time. But the experience I will share with you, United States Congress, of the hate crimes I, a woman of God, 65 vintage, dying, have endured. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do I speak simple to a billionaire? I'm done with you, Trump. It is bad enough what you have done, you and Obama and Bush and Clinton, to the old. We worked, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Look at we worked for our life. We didn't cross a border to come and drain our tax resources. We didn't come here for a government program. President Trump, we would be recycling right now. As crazy as Orwell is, we would be recycling right now. But the Mexicans say it's their metal. Their metal. You have betrayed us enough. I'm done. Baraka. Et la porque, la ma of why? Because I am an American. And I don't believe in government to support me from birth to death. And I'm going to say something to the Black America. Ay, Dios mío. I mean, y'all are so full of your shit, you believe it. We love football. We love sport. Last night, as I was watching the BS of Bakersfield, on comes the football. I couldn't turn it. Orwell couldn't turn it. I looked at him. I said, who do you love? God or man? Who do you stand with? Country or blasphemy? As does the President of the United States of America and his Vice President. For if you really cared what these under educated, ignorant black people. No, I don't. He's very worried because I'm out here. I was told to shut up before. Mind you, I paid 700. 700. 700. What do you have to say, Mr. Trump? Suffice. Um, no, black man. I fought for you. I sure did. In KKK neo-Nazi Westport, Washington, I took a rope that the white people had. They're there. KKK neo-Nazi is Washington. Like this is Antifa. Hatred. The white people were so angry. They poisoned my bitch. Oh, Orville too, but my dog. Mexicans tried to beat me up. KKK neo-Nazi employees, how are you doing? William Weideman. Weideman, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? How are you, tax manager? Have you murdered any more employees? Have your Mexicans murdered, poisoned any more employees? No. I'm 65. Yo tengo 65. Soy señora honrada. And I worked all my life. All my life. Now, I'm going to educate you on Islam. Because President Trump, even though you're very intelligent and you have the art of the deal, Israel, Kodash Yisrael, was flying to protect themselves to see what Syria is up to. You know Syria? Mr. Trump, what was done by a president of the United States of America who wrote law. I know Mitch McConnell, the Senate, the House, will pass a bill like that to protect those who murder our children. Suffice. No. Kodash Yisrael, you knock them. You blow them to hell. You understand? You are a sovereign nation. 2,000 years you waited for God's promise. 2,000 years. Islam are like, well, KKK, neo-Nazi, Antifa. Okay. Let's start with a critique of the Quran. When that Mohammedan monstrosity, the Quran is at its best. It's nothing but a sausage stuffed with cynicism mixed together in confusion from the law and the gospel. But no, I can't. You see, I love Luther, but that doesn't mean I will follow him blindly. For only Yahshua, God, do I follow blindly. I love my president, but I don't follow him blindly. I know a lie when I see it. I know bullshit when it's spoken. I want you to go to page 961. Resistance to the last breath. Hallelujah. Shua. Hallelujah. Shua. Hallelujah. Shua. It seems to me it is best to commit oneself to God and moved by active duty and obedience toward government, to defend oneself as long as, in whatever town, one is able to do so, and not to let oneself be taken prisoner, but to slay, shoot, and stab the Turks until we can no longer do so. God flooded the earth because of sin. God did that. God punished for God Israel for crimes against the law of God. Remind you, God is not a Governor J. Brown or an Inslee or that bisexual one of organ. No, God's not your toy. God is not your Disney. And God sure ain't your EBT. That's America. For in the end, we all stand before Yahshua. All of us. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. We all stand before God. No, life is most temporary. Ask your grandmother. Ask your great grandmother. Your great grandfather. Life is most temporary. So every sin will stand before God. Every race without conscience, which means if you don't have a conscience, excuse me, I'm so sorry, but many races are not born with a wonderful mother that I was born with. Suffice, I pardon the noise and the flies. Suffice, no, all of us will stand before judgment. Suffice, offense. This is page 993. A caution against offense. The gist of this admonition is to stick to the word. That's the slaughtered lamb. To cling firmly to it. And to pay attention to no man, even though the benefit he may be able to confer on us, or the harm he may be able to inflict on us be of so great. For no danger or no profit and benefit can be as great as the danger we incur if we permit ourselves to be offended. No matter what goes on around you, center yourself in how you walk. We cannot stop those that molest children. We cannot stop those that beat women. We cannot stop those that are unworthy of citizenship, much less government benefit. I've never, the only place I saw flies like this was Montesanto, Washington. and it was a church. No, avoid giving offense. And that is a struggle. That is a struggle. I waited a lifetime to say, kiss my buttocks. You know what I mean? Trump, that's what we liked about you. That's what we liked. All the harm we have had all our lives. Finally, we have a president that says, no. I love that picture. No. Uh, our country is no more and never will be again. We are without leadership, much less compassion and empathy from those that claim to be Americans. For my father, un mexicano, never hurt an older woman. Los camaroneros de Palacios, Texas. Oh, they were whoremen. Ay, Dios mío. Oh, Mexican. You see something, you don't care what it looks, but now that you got to be careful. Bakersfield, like all over California, Washington, Oregon, STDs, and some without cures. Give it to your grandchildren. No, this is what we put up with from the Clintons. Do you hear me? Get this book. And if you think for one moment, President Trump, that I'm taking this lying down, you better read The Art of the Deal. I am stunned by the corruption that has greeted us coming back to California. When immigrants, both legal and illegal, have housing provided by our governments and their programs, as we deal with the criminals, what is the Constitution, Mr. President? What is the Bill of Rights? What is the rule of law? Right now on Union Street, now it's India, ay Dios mío, and we're going to be stuck with India. They're too smart. We ain't bringing no more, and we want this to be retroactive. You got a mother, you send her your money, like the Mexican sends 52 billion a year to Mexico. No, you got a brother, you got a sister. They ain't coming. What can they give America? If you cannot support you and your family, you are no longer welcome in America. How many millions do we take in that harvest our government programs meant for Americans? Meant for Americans. How many? We educate their unruly, dangerous children. We have their women family planning. Black America, you murder more black children than you shoot each other with. I heard it on the news. No wonder these black people, come here, mama. No wonder these black people want family planning. I've seen it in Los Angeles. They can't put on a condom. Thank God for hit the A and the STDs without antibiotic. No, Mr. Trump, we cannot do anything about the harm that works KKK, neo-Nazi Washington and Oregon, or Antifa, California. But we can talk about it. We can put up pictures about it. We can do videos about it. No, we're not Antifa. Yo soy mexicana. No, yo no mato a nadie. Yo no lastimo a nadie. La lastima son de ustedes. En pecado y en paz. No, Trump. You see this, Trump? You tell Vice President Pence, Washington State, KKK neo-Nazi, is a sanctuary state, as is California. I don't know, maybe y'all don't. I know you can read. I know you can read. Don't you hear the news? What Pedialyte Governor Brown did? This is a sanctuary state. And you give them 50 billion? 50 billion for people who have insurance, who are wealthier than those that are homeless in Los Angeles. Black, white, brown, green, yellow. 50 billion. You're not my president. You're my Lord. 50 billion. Your audacity surpasses your ignorance if you think we're going to let this slide. You give 6% is DACA of the illegals. Only 6%. What happened to the other 94%? Oh, that's right, President Trump. You are providing them with jobs, aren't you? You give them, which you already have, sanctuary. You build that wall. And you got to build it down deep. You know these snakes, they come under the knee. You build that wall and then you man it. And you have Congress write a law that no president can undo it. And do away with NAFTA. Do you want me to prove the harm of NAFTA? You knew the harm of TPP? Mr. President, I'm preparing litigations. I'm not well. I'm dealing with a mentally ill patient denied his medications by Walgreens and KKK neo-Nazi, Centralia, Washington, Cascade Mental Health Care. No, Mr. President, I witnessed at that place, that mental health, y'all gave $6 million to. White people coming to me, telling me, I have serotonin poisoning. I said, sue the shit out of them. Cascade Mental Health on Reynolds and KKK neo-Nazi Centralia, Washington, are harming the mentally ill. What they do, you go in there. And if they can harvest you, they'll keep you. But you must be there every day, for they have a program that they will charge the government for what they call is therapy. Do you understand me, Mr. President? Next one, I'm going to do the next video out in the front yard. It's just too noisy and the flies are too great. No, I want to upload this first. Because, Mr. President, look into my soul. Look, are you there? I'm a healer. I can tell the future because I know the past and I'm living the present. The dark arts I have learned are my sin, as the wickedness taught me by family, as society and of a small town and family blamed me. Suppose I wanted to go get chulo. Oh, I can't handle it. In Florida, you see rows and rows and rows of immigrants, Cubans, Mexicans, every nasty race there is, with their dogs. I want you to say it, Mr. President, with their dogs to be murdered. Murdered. But then, Mr. President, you don't care about the children of America. California, pandemic in crystal meth, opiates. My own nephew, an alcoholic, who abuses his mother. She ain't been through enough. No, Mr. Trump, you fire that drug czar. You will be a one-term president. And your daughter, she didn't get any endearment from the poor, the homeless. She wants to do businesses for these third world countries. They are exterminating their own people. Where are the Buddhists? I'm going to give me ice cream every day. Dios que lo bendiga, que haga buen dinero. It's hard, Mr. President. It's hard. I have yet to be able to reach U.S. Direct Express. A San Antonio, Texas commercial bank. I heard it here in KKK neo-Nazi. No, I'm sorry, wrong people. Antifa bankers for Social Security. People outside. An old man in tears. They say we get my money after what? The holiday? After the holiday? We, the people, worked our lifetime. We didn't tear up America. Your people did. Your people did. Suppose it's going to be an hour. The next video, I'm going to be doing it outside. This is a gift from Mayor, the Christian Mayor, Nancy, G-O-H, a Korean, a Korean. And I have many stories to share of Koreans. Anyway, this we can do nothing about, but we can talk about it. And we can send it to you, Mr. President, so you can deposit it in the trash. The next one, I read the letter I sent to Barack Hussein Obama. You know, the Tango Man. I'm stunned. And then we finally got some stations. And then on ID, it's like God is saying, it's always been like this. Always. Always. And it is the white man who trained us in hate, fed us the abuse. It is the white man's fault. But I'm not like that drag queen from the United Kingdom. Girl, your tits. Girl, don't you have a mirror? And you're a model? Do you model for Vogue? Girl, you got one tit going that way and one tit going the other way. And you're called beautiful, beautiful. No, I'm not like that. No, the white man is the reason to the end of times that we suffer. But we don't want them to go to the back of the bus. We don't want to live in we don't want their mansions, as man Paul. We don't want their shacks. We don't want their land. We don't want their vehicle. We don't want their jobs. We want our own homes that we worked for. We want our own. Do you understand? We don't want a government program, for that never has worked. Look at the Negros. And then that Negro on Fox. Well, I know people love football and they're going to come back. Well, baby, the wide road is big, and greed can do what a president can't. Well, President Trump could have taken that flag off that bill, but he loved it. Synergy and the other one were supposed to be fighting against each other, and we will kill each other. No, Mr. Trump, you think that your supporters are ignorant people. We're not. We're Main Street, America. We're Boulevard, America. Drive, America. Avenue, America. We're the ones, billionaire, that endured the lie of fair play. Do you understand? And today, oh my God, today I must, and it's hard. It's hard. I'm not you. How can I explain me to someone that don't even know how to pray? Don't even know the name of eternity. Jesus is not his name. Read your Bible. You're going to be going to hell. And you're going to say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It ain't going to work, baby. It's Yahshua. 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 You want to save your soul? Yahshua. And let me tell you, it ain't getting better. It's going to get worse. Because when people are hungry, they will steal to eat, especially if you were raised in a third world country. And Americans, God dang it, we're watching it on TV. God dang it, your children are just evil. I was lucky. I was raised in Palacios, Texas. Oh, there were some, but less than a handful. Less than a handful. I was blessed. When I went to school in the mornings, I knew I was going to thank the Lord and pray for him. I knew I was going to pledge allegiance to the United States of America. But I know, excuse me, it's very hot. I know that nothing is wasted. Nothing. If my father hadn't sold me, I wouldn't be closer to God. If my cousin hadn't done his thing on me before I could speak, I would have never known the grace of God. If I had not been raped my entire life, I would not be able to handle what is done to me now. Gunshots and police. Oh, law enforcement of Antifa, Bakersfield, California. I intend to come to your coffin on October 24th. Please don't shoot me. Don't worry. Your residents will. Now, Wonderful is going to be in the truck because you cops in Placerville, he was at the courthouse inside the cell. Orwell is not a violent person. Oh, he gets tired of the bullshit and let you know. But he won't unless you threaten his life. Orwell was shackled in Placerville, California. Placerville. They beat him so bad, he had to have emergency surgery. They had a lawyer. Well, he won $100,000. They were trying to give it to me. We were still married at the time. They were going to give it to me. To me. I refused it. His parole officer, Mr. Thompson, and his attorney took his money. Anyway, read this. Read this. But most of all, read this. Start somewhere. That password don't work no more. Besides, I never remember. Anyway, this is a book of God. Suffice, it's hot. The next one will be in the front. It's just too much noise. Y'all have murdered my children. And that affects me. Because unlike President Trump and his drug czar and his vice president and his human health, oh God, what do they call it? Human and Health Services Department. This is our gift from my country. I am an alien in my country. I am an alien in my country. And sir, with bated breath, you let Congress, but they won't. They won't. Mr. President, that contract with Iran must be uncertified. Do you understand? Don't you learn from Korea? Iran will attack us. Iran will. They're lost in Khalifa. And again, Kodash Yisrael. Kodash Politikabo. Tekanis. You hesitate. They shoot, you destroy. It's got to walk. They shoot, you destroy. Do you understand? They escalate, you reply. Kodash Yisrael. 2,000 years. Oh, you waited for this land. A promise from God. And you know this gnarly state. The embassy belongs in Jerusalem and has for too long. They shoot, you knock them down. But you cannot depend on the United States of America. You cannot. Even though in the dynasty of Trump is Orthodox Jews. But just because you are chosen does not mean you are. Just because you speak of God, just because you speak of God does not make you of God. Luther is wrong about the Jews, but right about most things. Anyway, 1 hour. I'm going to go upload this. Then I'm going to go later on in the front before the sun comes down. I'm done. I am so done. I have been treated badly by immigrants since I stopped working in 2003 in December. You did this, America. And America, as you go and you identify your child that overdosed, as you touch your baby and you rock back and forth, oh, my baby, my baby, my baby. Know that it was Congress, the House, and the Senate, and Obama, and now Trump, the DEA of the United States of America is walking a Clinton. Do you remember the airport in Arkansas? You want the pictures? Oh, no. America, it's your turn to turn away from the football. Why don't you read the good book? Turn away from man and turn in to yourself to find Yeshua. It's your time, America, to take the baton. Take it. I'm old. Healthcare is killing me. Take the baton. You are much more articulate than this relic woman. Your children are our hope. YouTube, now they are. Take to Bookface. Take to YouTube. Do your videos. Do streamlining. Have a Mormon Monday night. Well, not the 500. Have a Monday night. Bring your neighbors over. Bring your friends over. Have you been harmed by an immigrant? Have you been harmed by the policies of your town? Has your environment been polluted by corruption and corporations like Fossil Day, Venice, Louisiana? And they'll get away with it, just like BP. Suffice. It's your turn. I've done my turn. Hopefully, God willing, Antifa, Bakersfield, of Mayor Nancy, GOH, Social Security Administration will do their job description and not their Antifa. And then we have to wait till the mail is delivered to us. No, Mr. Trump. Now I can call you Mr. Finally. I never thought I'd get over Fox News or One American News. I think we have Newsmax. I have to find it. No. I could turn away from One American News because I couldn't take the tit trace. I want news, not a Weinstein. And like I turned from Obama, who I voted twice for, Mr. Trump, I will sit back, drink my tea, and listen to you. Destroy our country. You hired a drug czar whose history is to protect the criminal pharmacists and physicians. You disgust me. And tell your daughter before she starts a business in another third world country, let's get the Americans with businesses so we can buy our own homes. And we don't have to live like aliens in our own country. In grace, my Lord. Usted es la llave para todo, para principio y para fin. Ustedes son la llave que puede componer lo mal o puede continuar el camino que es be blessed. In grace, my Lord. In grace. This too I will survive. I shall survive. It's incredible. Incredible. What our country does to our flag, what our country does to seniors, disabled seniors, the disabled. No, Mr. Trump. I shall listen. And when you do good, I will praise you. And when you do bad, I will tell you about it. Mitch McConnell, the Senate and the House, passed laws to protect the DEA and your drug czar. And they will continue to be protected as our American children die in the arms of blessed mothers. Do you understand? No. I shall listen. I shall listen. You, Mr. President, as Apple's whatever, silence, 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 silent.